this case we're going to fit a new cartridge to a Mira Excel. This is a 90333 cartridge. There's a newer cartridge, but I'll come to that at the end of the video clip. So it's fairly straightforward to do this. It was really just a case of screwdriver. Most of the knobs just unclip. There's a small slot here to get the screwdriver in and the temperature control, and it's really just a case of getting these bits to slip out. This comes off, and the shroud, the next thing is it's quite useful just to put a little pencil mark underneath so you can remember where the bottom is, and that comes out like that. And there are basically three cartridges for this. There's a green cartridge, a yellow cartridge and a purple cartridge. The green cartridge is the high pressure cartridge, and the yellow is low pressure. But you really don't need to worry about any of these because all of the cartridges now are superseded by the purple cartridge, and you reset the cartridge itself. I'll show you that in a moment. First of all, we've got to get this one out. That's it, just 4 screws. Remember to put something in the bath plug or the shower over the shower drain just in case you drop one of the screws. And just before we remove the cartridge, one of the things you should remember is that there's a red flash here and a blue here, so it's hot to the left, cold to the right. Sometimes these valves, I've seen them installed upside down, so just make sure you note which way around this is before you put the new cartridge back in. And it should just pull out. It's sometimes a bit stiff, but there we go. And so that's the old cartridge. And here we have the new purple cartridge. And this is quite easy. There's a key comes with it, and you can read it. You won't see it in the camera, but there's a position for high pressure and a position for low pressure. And so you basically pop the key into the back here and reset it. They're usually quite tight, but you just set this for high or low pressure. That's it, and then have the cartridge ready to go back into place. They can be a little bit sugly to go in, but they're generally straightforward. The two things to watch for here is in these slots here and here there are rubber seals, this sort of shape here. Watch that the old one hasn't been left here. Make sure that in the old cartridge it hasn't stuck to the brass body, and make sure that on the new cartridge that they actually are in place. With the packet you get with the shower valve, there are a couple of these already there just in case you do happen to drop one and lose one. So these ones are in and they're nicely in place. So we just take this and pop this back in here, and that's it. There's also a nice sort of satisfying clunk as it drops back into place. And the next thing we do is really just pop the screws back in. That's it, screws back in place. Really just a case of putting all the handle bits back on again. If you forget to put the pencil mark on this, one of the little tips is to have a look at it, and you'll usually find that there's a dirty bit at the bottom, so you can generally work out which is the top and bottom. And so this just maybe a wee bit fiddle to get it to go back on properly, but it should just click into place. That's it. Get it lined up properly, and then the on off knob. With the new kit comes a new indices. You don't always have to use it, but it's for some valves it needs it. We'll just pop this one in any case, and that's that in place. And then we'll put the temperature control knob back on, and that's it. That's the valve reassembled. We turn the water on and check it. The one other possibility is you'll have to reset this for temperature, but we've got that in a separate video. And just before we finish this one, this is the newer cartridge, and it's basically the same thing again. That all of the knobs just really come off quite normally, and you unscrew the cartridge and screw the new one in more or less the same as I've done with the one just now. The only thing to watch with this one is there's a large rubber seal goes round the edge here, and you've just got to make sure that that stays in place. But basically the two cartridges, to replace the cartridges, very similar.